वो छोड़ के 561 था शायद।
वो छोड़ के
अटेंडेंस कौन ले रहा है?
अटेंडेंस जो है ग्रुप में एक लीडर तैयार किया है, जैसा सेंट्रल रेलवे का एक हो गया, इस तरह वो सब लेता है।
अच्छा, और एक चीज है, मैं इसका स्क्रीनशॉट बीच में ले लूंगा। हाँ, आप लोग सब कोई रहिएगा।
संजय, आप इसका लिस्ट का ले लीजिएगा।
मैं बीच में आधा घंटा बाद 15 मिनट बाद ना मैं स्क्रीनशॉट ले लूंगा।
हम मुझसे बात किए लीडर से। अच्छा, इसमें कितना समय लगेगा? मान लीजिए कि क्या आप हम संदर्भ जो आपके जो सीनियर थे लोग कह दिए हैं, तो क्या फिर
तो शुरू किया जाए संजय।
हाँ, स्टार्ट कीजिए।
सभी लोग है 61 पार्टिसिपेंट्स यहाँ पे, जो नंबर जो दिख रहा है वो 61 दिख रहा है। विश्वास जी, राजेश कुमार विश्वास, आप होस्ट हैं हो धनापुर? नो, ओके, somebody else, ठीक है।
he is not the host.
ओके,
होस्ट में मेरे पास ही रखा हूँ।
अच्छा, आपके पास है तो अभी आप बाकी जनों को म्यूट कर दीजिएगा।
कर दिया ना?
हाँ, जनरल म्यूट एक्सेप्ट प्रेजेंटर्स, बाकी जो है वो
ऑल म्यूट।
So good morning to all participants of this refresher course.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning. How are you? सभी लोग कैसे हैं?
सब ठीक है सर, अच्छे हैं। और अपना बताइए सर, कैसे हैं?
हाँ, अपना बिल्कुल ठीक है, तभी तो क्लास ले रहा हूँ। गुड मॉर्निंग।
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल सर। ओके सर, ठीक सर।
Okay. So as for the schedule today, these 2 hours from this 11:15 to some request is there, Ravindra Kumar. So as per the schedule today, these 2 hours we are going to discuss about mobile communication. As you are aware of that, इसमें हम कोशिश करेंगे what are the today's
चल रहा है सर, ग्राउंड पार्टी कर दिया है।
very good morning.
I have informed also about this.
Sanjay? Yeah. Okay, I'm starting the subject. So, as far as the agenda for today and the complete session of this 3 days for mobile communication, the first one is just we'll go through what are the scenario of this mobile train radio communication on Indian Railways. इसका स्थिति क्या है इस समय और हम लोग किस स्टेज पे हैं, और दूसरा as a basic concept of the mobile communications, we'll just go through with the VHF systems we are using as a small application for the mobile radio communication, how the VHF is being used as a mobile communication. Then a little bit we'll go through the cellular mobile radio communication system. What is the concept of this cellular radio? What is the designing aspect of cells and all these things? Because the MTRC or the mobile communication is basically it is a cellular communication, so we should know the basics of the cellular systems. Then we will come for the GSM, that is a global system for mobile communication. Based on this is the say 2G systems. So based on this only, we are having this GSMR, the next topic, that is GSM for railways. So both the architectures are very similar. So it is better to understand the generalized GSM architecture, so that is very similar for railway networking also, with some additional features. So this is what my agenda for this 3-day session of this mobile communication. Time permits, we will discuss the other systems as 4G and what are the updatings and the advanced techniques we are using as a mobile communication as on today's scenario. Okay, so let me start the basic concept, that is what is the scenario of mobile radio communication system on Indian Railways. So first of all, for us, the basic need is an emergency communication. So that is what is the present communication status as far as moving trains are concerned. So generally we have certain facilities or provisions which make some of the emergency communication other than the MTRC, which is called as emergency sockets in the form of emergency sockets in RE areas. And you have 5 or 25 watts VHF sets are also used as a emergency communication, and a very less percentile, that means in the limited areas or limited sections of the railways, we have the GSMR. Of course, some areas where the mobile phones are available with the, of course this is not permitted, but still some practices are going on. So various versions, मतलब emergency communication बीच में block section में कहीं पे भी हमें जरूरत पड़ती है, so we have various means of emergency communications. So depending upon the section, depending upon the zone, depending upon the divisions, whatever the practices they are going, but commonly we have some two things. One is VHF communication is the base model of an emergency communication for mobile conditions, whereas static conditions, of course, we are having the emergency sockets are being provided for at least having the communication within the section with the controllers. So that is what is the present status as of now. Even though it is not a full-fledged mobile communication so far, we have more disadvantages for this emergency communications, as because of in RE areas the driver or guard has to walk around half a kilometer for establishing an emergency communication. It is through, of course, AC sockets वगैरह बारे में आप लोग जानते हैं कि किस तरह से communication होता है, but it is also one of the best source of communication. And normally this type of emergency communications are only possible in the static conditions. That means जब ट्रेन को रोक के उसकी बाद फिर वहां से आप emergency socket के पास जाके फिर PC phone लगा के फिर बातचीत करना है. This is what is static conditions, and it is only available only with the control offices directed. and not the nearest person as a station master or ASM. That is one thing. और इसमें कुछ SOS facility भी कुछ नहीं है, मतलब emergency facility. That means SOS means there's an emergency call which is not available in this. और जो आज की हिसाब से, हाँ बोलिए
फुल नेम आप
जी, full form of SOS, save our soul.
थैंक यू सर।
ठीक है, save our soul is the SOS. That means
Point now,
at
I'm going to do a
highest
flush.
priority emergency case में last हमको बचा लो बस, that is what is called as SOS. ठीक है, और as far as GSMR is concerned, it is very less as of today. Railways are concerned. So, like that, we have different disadvantages with the existing system. So, definitely we have to see that what are the alternatives and the best communication facilities we can provide as part of railway operations. So that is called as MTRC. So that is what today's topic for us. So before going to MTRC sessions, now some other things. What is the basic need for us as far as mobile is concerned? तो सबसे पहले हमें जो टॉप प्रायोरिटी के हिसाब से
It's going to go into the
ड्राइवर
connector.
और कंट्रोलर के बीच में
Okay,
जैसा
we're
कि अभी
going time to put the connector on.
PC सॉकेट्स
So before I do, I'm going to take my cable here, which is basically
so that it may be in the static condition or in the moving conditions. So these crew, that means driver, guard, can able to talk with the directly to the
Concentric.
controller.
I'm going to reshape it a little
to other
bit to make it
persons where
easier
it is
going. Will
needed.
help me
मतलब कोई
determine.
भी किसी से भी किसी कंडीशन में बात कर सकते हैं. So that is what driver to controller, guard to control, or driver
How to
to
shape
station
it.
master,
That's what
driver
it's-
to
how it's gonna
guard
go
of
into the
one
connector.
train to
So just
another train, the train crew from great men. So many combinations of communications can be established. So this is what is
put
our
this on.
basic need
So just careful.
for our mobile communications. और इसके अलावा हम लोग जो मेंटेनेंस स्टाफ जो ट्रैक के साथ में जो काम करते हैं,
Please slide
हम लोगों
this
से
in.
भी अगर साइट
And the
से
cable goes in.
communicate कर सकते हैं. So those communication is also important as a maintenance staff to station master कभी भी, or yeah directly
Now, once
they
we're
can
in
talk
there,
to control,
the
or they
liner
can
bar,
talk to
the
the
wire
driver
bar,
of that
it
particular
stops
section
before it
किसी
gets
से
to
भी
the
अगर
contacts.
बातचीत कर
Now
सके.
we want to keep pushing.
So
It does not
these are
go under
all
the contacts. The
are also
conductors do.
needs
So we want to
need
keep
for the
pushing
mobile communication.
those
ये सारी
conductors all
जरूरतें
the way
हैं
forward.
कि
See how the
हमारा
cable's
जो
going in? And you can check the
persons,
node.
those who are working on the track, not only with the driver guard, it may be communication. So हमें बहुत सारे communication
have
की
all copper in the
आवश्यकताएं हैं
front.
कि
So I'm ready to
the
rock
time
and
of
head and crimp it with
maintenance
my Teletitan.
is also one of the
Something to
important
remember, there
aspects
is
as far as
you
the
cannot
railway
modify
personnel are
his diesel
concerned.
standard driver against the
So
front.
this is the
Crimp it.
basic introduction of what is the need and what is the present scenario of the railway communication system. So in the
We're
second
ready to go.
session, that is
Here's
as in
my-
chapter 2 I have mentioned here. So little
several
bit
ways to do
we
it.
are going to talk about this VHF communication. That is, as a VHF mobile, it is having little mobility, so that
This.
we can call it as a
But I'm just going to
VHF
use
mobile
my
communication.
little flush cutter here.
So as of
wanna
basically
squeeze
we know that VHF means 30 to 300
Squeeze it.
megahertz is the frequency spectrum for the VHF range. But here we are not using the complete band here. We cannot use that because the same band is being
How tight
divided
is your cut
and
the
given
wire?
to so
just
many
sort of use
other
it like-
personnel
up.
for usage their
So I want,
requirement
on my
within
thumb,
the
I mean, I'm sorry.
stipulated areas. जहाँ जहाँ पे भी
Squeeze that
जरूरत
ground
होगा
up.
वहाँ पे यूज कर सकते हैं.
And then I'm going to take
तो
my,
हम रेलवेज के लिए जब because VHF communication needs some licensing process as well as permission to use
and
from
then I'm
the
going
WPC. So that is wireless planning and coordination wing, which is Ministry of Communications. So we have to obtain the allocation of the frequency from the WPC. So initially at the time of beginning, when the VHF systems were started using, so there they have approached the WPC and they have given the frequency spectrum for Indian Railways as 146 to 174 megahertz is the frequency band allocated. तो हमें पूरा इंडियन रेलवेज में इसी बैंड के अंदर हम फ्रीक्वेंसीज को यूज करना चाहिए फॉर आवर VHF communication. So what are the applications as far as हमारा railways are concerned, how we are going to use this? As क्योंकि आप सभी लोग working हैं, आप लोग जानते हैं, फिर भी just I'm refreshing that what are the areas we are using as a VHF communication. So as earlier we have discussed, the first one is during the maintenance and construction blocks on the railway track and all these things. That is the first thing. Second is yard communication is also very important for yard master and their group of maintenance activities for shunting purpose and all these things. And of course, the very important requirement for the driver and guard of a train. So this is most important for us. As always, the driver and guard has to be communicated with each other during the static as well as in the moving conditions. And similarly, in communication in the moving trains with the pixel location, that is station master, or with another moving train, जो nearby जो moving trains के साथ में भी हम बातचीत कर सकते हैं. और इसके बाद सबसे पहले we have to go see this as an emergency communication, where one of the important aspect of railways in emergency situations, we will establish an emergency communication through VHF sets. So that is. And finally, we are also equipped this accident relief trains, that is ART, with the minimum requirements of the handheld sets, base station, and other accessories for this. So that जहाँ पे आपको what we can say accident होता है या derailment होता है, वहाँ पे ART जब पहुँचेगा, then we have to provide some emergency type of communication that particular area. So for that we are equipping this VHF sets
and roll over the.
So these are some of the applications as far as
Now it's ready to be
VHF sets we are using for railway applications.
crimped.
Then
And in the kit,
some
you have your
basic
crimper,
operations as far as this VHF systems.
with two
We
cavity
should know
sizes. Start
as
with
a
the big
general
one and then use the
process,
small
because it
one.
is a
So
radio
lay it in
communication.
there.
VHF is a radio communication, not other than the landline communication. So we should know some basics about what is the difference between a normal landline and a VHF communication. सबसे पहले यहाँ पे
And
the mode of
Here's
operation, that means how
pass
the
it to the
communication is
smaller
being made through different modes. तो उसमें हम लोग जो जानते हैं, we are having always a simplex, half duplex and full duplex mode of communication. So, but practically only few are
And that's a
being
pretty
used.
good
Why
crimp.
the technical
So we're ready
reasons
to roll.
also is there.
And I should have put
Simplex
this on
means it
first.
is a one-way radio communication. That means हम लोग ये trans कर सकते हैं या receive कर सकते हैं. We can perform only one. Best example for this simplex is your TV transmission or FM transmissions. So somebody is transmitting, so many people are receiving. So that type of communication is radio communication is called simplex mode of communication. The second one is half duplex mode of communication. In this half duplex mode of communication, we have we can do the trans as well as receive, but one at a time. That means our system is capable of transmission as well as reception, but due to restrictions of the frequencies, issues. So we can use one at a time because the same frequency for transmission as well as reception is being used. That's why we call them as a half duplex. Of course, our example for this half duplex is really the VHF walkie-talkie sets are technically half duplex, लेकिन हम लोग उसको practical way में हम लोग कहते हैं simplex way. That means simplex operations. Because operation is simplex, but technically it is half duplex. Then finally, we have this full duplex mode of communication. That means both radio communications is possible in both directions simultaneously. You can trans and receive. So just like our cell phones are being used the full duplex mode of communication. So this is the basic concept as far as the mode of operation is concerned. Okay. So now let us go with some VHF radio specifications given by the RDSO. So it is visible your RDSO specification number PC107/208/2018 for detailed specifications. लेकिन उसमें हम कुछ चीजें हम आपका सामने लाना चाह रहे हैं so that some points we can understand as a part of learning. So उसमें सबसे पहले the propagation techniques, how the radio signal has to be propagated. That is, usually any radio signal is propagating in the air, but there are different types of receptions, and the radio wave का जो behavior है, it is different while making some communication. तो यहाँ पे भी हम as per line of sight conditions between the transmitter and receive specific line of sight conditions should be established, then the communication is being possible. And sometimes with the reflected waves also. That means if the radio is transmitting an electromagnetic signal, when there is an obstruction, so the radio signal will be reflected back towards a different direction. So with that reflected wave also, we can have the communication, but not always. And similarly, the radio waves will be scattered. That means in one particular object, it is not going to go behind further from that object. So the scattering waves will come back to the transmitting position. So it may cause some difficulty in the communication setup. So normally the propagation, as usual in the normally, we have the omnidirection propagation. That means all directions it is radiating the energy. But the reception is a different issue. So that we will discuss in next sessions of the same system. As far as the VHF communication, as we just now we have discussed that the operation is mode of operation is half duplex because same channel is being used for both transmission as well as reception with our VHF equipment. Then what is the channel capacity we are using? We are using a maximum as on today with 16 channels. 16 channels. So that is today's this thing. But in future you may be having more channels. And also we will discuss about what is the significance of this maximum number of channels. Because nowadays we are using analog as well as digital VHF systems. Then I'll explain you what is the limitations of using this channel capacity. Then the type of equipment as on we are using is walkie-talkie sets as a handheld or portable sets, and we have the base radio which is being kept in the ASM office in a static condition where the walkie-talkies can be movable operation. And of course, base radio can also be movable operation if you are keeping that radio in a vehicle. so that it can also be. But our scenario is to provision the communication between the station master, driver, and guard, so that we are fixing that base radio at the ASM office. That is what the equipment we are using for our VHF radio system. And then, as far as the antenna systems are concerned, so walkie-talkie sets, we are using the whip antenna systems, rubberized helical whip antennas, and then one ground plane antenna which is fixed at the rooftop of the ASM office where you are installing the base radio. So these are the some basic information as far as, and the feeder cable which you are connecting from base radio to your GP antenna, it should have the 50 ohms impedance value, which is having the unbalanced coaxial cable which is being connected between the radio output and the input of the antenna system. And of course, the communication range is not, it is a spec actually, it is only a perception depending upon the different conditions. So हम लोग range we cannot predefine because conditions के ऊपर depend करता है कि कितना दूर तक बातचीत हो सकता है. तो as an example, हम लोग जब 5 watts walkie-talkie sets जब हम लोग use करते हैं, maybe providing from 1 to 2 kilometers तक बातचीत होने under clear conditions. That means the atmospheric conditions or the obstructions सारी चीज अगर नहीं है तो मैक्सिमम 3 किलोमीटर तक बातचीत हो सकता है. Similarly, बेस स्टेशन हम लोग नहीं एक्चुअली प्रोविजन इसलिए किया है, the communication has to be established between 2 station masters is what is, and also लॉस सेक्शन में जो ड्राइवर गार्ड रहते हैं उनके साथ में भी बातचीत करने के लिए. बट स्टिल as an approximation of this communication range, we can have up to 50 kilometers. It is not authentic information. It is some of the practical conditions under reliable line of sight conditions पर depend करता है. Okay? और जनरली हमारा जो जीपी एंटीना जब हम रूफटॉप में जब एस्टैब्लिश करते हैं तो मैक्सिमम 10 to 15 और 20 मीटर्स हाइट तक हम लोग एस्टैब्लिशमेंट करते हैं प्रैक्टिकली. बट अगेन हम ये कह रहे हैं ये सारी चीज आपकी जो जियोग्राफिकल कंडीशंस के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है. सो उसके अलावा एंड फाइनली जब हम VHF सेट्स यूज करते हैं हमें लाइसेंस इज मैंडेटरी, so we have to obtain the license from the WPC. The earlier process is different, but nowadays there is some change in the process. The change in the process means online process is there. So whoever is the owner of these VHF sets, they have to obtain the licensing from the WPC individual basis पे. That means section या division wise जो भी process होगा अपना zone में, so we have to follow the same process for obtaining the license. And I think this license is being has to be renewed at every year, so that is more important. So this maximum आप लोग जानते हैं. Okay. So these are the some of the basic things we have to understand about our chipsets. So कोई doubt है अभी तक कुछ? Anybody wants to interrupt?
एंटीना का हाइट तो बहुत हो जाता है सर, 15 से 20 मीटर.
मैं इसीलिए कह रहा था वो फिक्स्ड नहीं थी. These values are not fixed. एक typical example है. This is one practical typical value है. So it may be depending upon the geographical conditions of that particular area. मैंने शुरू में ही बता दिया, this is not the standard values. It may be up to that height Again, may not be required. Some areas it may be required, some areas it may not be required. इवन रेंज भी हम जो बताए हैं वो रेंज भी जो है कभी कभी 1 किलोमीटर का दूरी में भी बातचीत नहीं हो सकता है ना? तो वो कंडीशंस के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है कि इसलिए दिस इज नॉट द रिलायबल कम्युनिकेशन एज वी आर यूजिंग आवर मोबाइल फोन. So, but as of today, we are using it as an emergency communication. That is what only we have to tell that. Okay? Or कोई anybody? Yeah. So next, just we will see that what are the basic differences. क्योंकि आजकल जो railways are enhancing their VHF systems with the digital radios, digital walkie-talkies. So let us classify this. What is the basic difference between an analog walkie-talkie set and digital walkie-talkie sets? We have a definite what we can say the differences. So let us understand the basic differences. Then according to the requirement, the railways may have the upgradation. इसमें भी रेलवे RDSO ने टेक्निकल स्पेसिफिकेशंस दिया गया है डिजिटल वॉकी-टॉकी से. So that as per requirement we can see what are the basic. So एनालॉग में हम लोग जानते हैं कि analog radio systems are basically using the normal FM radio, I mean frequency modulation techniques use करके. That means it is confined only for voice communication and some features which are not available in certain cases. Of course, there is a lot of modification शुरू से एनालॉग में भी काफी चेंजेस हुआ है. तो हम यहाँ पे एक बार डिजिटल VHF सिस्टम्स का जो स्पेक्स है वो एक बार देखते हुए we can compare with the analog systems whether that feature is available or not. Here the first feature is that the CTCSS is a must for all the digital VHF systems. What is the CTCSS? Is that continuous tone coded squel system, which is one of the internal signaling which is being added with our carrier's signal. So this is a must for safety operations. Otherwise, normally anything can be what we can say, anybody can access into your VHF range. So if this feature is available to your systems, then it is not so easy because this small frequency signaling which is being added with your carries as a CTCS code, so that is not allowing you to intrude and you cannot easily receive the information from. So that is what is the advantage of this new CTCSS. Of course, this facility is also having some of the analog systems also, but now it is mandatory. Okay. Then the second option is that protection against high VSWR. So
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
CTCSS का सर बेनिफिट क्या है?
Benefit is safety.
तो सर how it is safety achieved, sir?
सेफ्टी इसलिए है, आपको मान लो हमारा जो 161.15 megahertz is one carrier frequency we are using for normal communication. ठीक है, एक पर्टिकुलर फ्रीक्वेंसी है ना?
राइट सर.
तो वो फ्रीक्वेंसी कोई भी VHF रेडियो कैन जनरेट एंड रिसीव. दूसरा कोई इंट्रूडर अगर VHF रेडियो normally बना के they can access into that particular frequency, है ना?
सर
that possibility is there. तो ये CTCSS क्या होता है? A small frequency, just like your less than 100 hertz, means 100 cycles per second को जो small frequencies जो है, it is in terms of हाँ बोलो.
रेडियो चेक क्या सर?
कौन सा?
रेडियो चेक
रेडियो
5 नंबर रेडियो चेक नंबर 5.
अब मैं उसमें आता हूँ. पहले इनका जो डाउट है उसको क्लियर करने दीजिए. ठीक है, ये जो CTCSS का एडवांटेज मांग रहा है ना, तो नॉर्मली क्या होता है इन एनालॉग रेडियो, अगर मान लीजिए 161.15 kilohertz megahertz is the carrier frequency, and the voice frequency of your 4 kilohertz signal is being modulated with the carrier frequency, and then RF is being transmitted. That is the RF output.
Right, sir.
So RF output is 161. That is included your voice frequency. Whereas what is this CTCS is that in addition to 4 kilohertz, there is one pilot frequency is also being added as a small, what we can say, it is a secret frequency is being added. So that is not being known by anybody. Say, suppose in my case, if I use my VHF set, I have programmed one a 93 hertz ka frequency I am adding with the 4 kilohertz, and then that complex frequency is being modulating with this 161.15 megahertz. तो उसमें क्या हो जाता है, at the time of receiving, first the decoding has to be done of this frequency what RF is. So unless you are having the same facility at the receiving receiver circuit में, अगर आपको वो frequency translation का circuit अगर नहीं है, you cannot take out the speech usually. So that is what is the benefit of your CTCS code. So जो आदमी आपको directly VHF frequency generate कर सकता है या receive कर सकता है, that set cannot decode this small frequency in a usual manner. So that has to be programmed in our sets. हमारा जो frequency हम इसके साथ में coded रूप में हम इसको भेजेंगे, the same set of the other sets which we are using has to be provisioned or programmed with the same frequency. Then only their VHF sets can receive those frequencies, and then they're able to listen the. So this is one kind of security parameter for our VHF communication. क्योंकि आप देखते हैं कोई भी आदमी डायरेक्टली उस रेंज में अगर है तो बातचीत सुनते रहते हैं. So that is being protected by providing this CTCS. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, nice. क्या नाम है आपका? रविंदर. Okay, I think it is clear,
Sir. Sir, clear, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
nice.
sir. Yes,
Yes, sir. That is actually in IP technology encoding.
Yeah, no, IP is different. That I'll come later. क्योंकि इसमें अभी IP.
नहीं sir, sir, नहीं, that is actually IP.
हाँ.
Sir, that is actually IP में जैसे encoding करते हैं, ऐसे ये encoding करके डाटा भेज रहा है. उसमें जो भी उनका जो प्राइवेट की व पब्लिक की को जब तक वो डिकोडिंग नहीं करेगा.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
This is one of the security parameters. Yeah. Somebody asked about radio check. That was the fifth. Second is protection against high VSWR. This is voltage standing wave ratio. This is one of the parameters for any radio exclusively. हम लोग जो high frequency ranges में use करते हैं. So at that time, the system has to be protected so that it will interfere and reduce the signal strengths. So that is what is the second point, which is not
Sir, once more, sir, abbreviation VSVR full form.
Is one of the new feature which is being added for the digital services. Some extra channels which are being overlapped this particular case. So that feature is normally being given, so that I will discuss this point again when the normal communication established. और एक feature है इसकी, उसके साथ में मैं इसको discuss करूँगा. Then the fourth point is emergency siren. So you can generate a siren as an emergency, so that within the area of neighbors equipments of the VHF systems can receive this emergency siren, and they will be cautious about that. And the fifth one is radio check. Radio check is generally हम लोग जो PA system में use करते हैं, that is the similar thing here. लेकिन normally whenever the system is operated, first you will check the radio whether it is working or not. जैसा कि PA system में hello radio check mic check बोलते हैं ना, तो similarly यहाँ पे भी radio checking process is there. So that is being given so that it is being ensured that our radio is established in the communication. So that is what is called as a radio check facility. It is given additionally for only for digital radios.
Sir,
And, yeah.
capability of being field आपने कनेक्ट क्या है?
हाँ वही है, वो एक चैनल को एब्जॉर्ब करना, एक ओवरराइड करना एक फैसिलिटी है. वो अभी हम ऑल प्रोसेस में हम बताएंगे उसको. ठीक है.
ओके सर.
VSWR का फुल फॉर्म क्या बताया सर?
वोल्टेज स्टैंडिंग वेव रेशियो. Voltage standing wave ratio. VSWR is one of the parameters for RF signals, where the antenna is being reconstructing the signals and what is the maximum RF powers which we are generating at the particular area, so that it will be adjusted according to the parameters. Then the sixth one is busy channel lockout. Busy channel lockout means, say suppose when normally when we are talking in one particular channel, so the others are trying to, क्योंकि normally VHF sets में क्या होता है, अगर एक frequency में दो लोग अगर बातचीत करते हैं, so within the vicinity सभी लोग सुन सकते हैं, as it is an omnibus channel. I think it is clear for everybody. कोई भी दो आदमी बातचीत करते हैं उस एरिया के अंदर, अगर वो फ्रीक्वेंसी चैनल को अगर सेलेक्ट करते हैं, तो सभी लोग जो लोग आपस में बात करते हैं वो सुन सकते हैं. लेकिन यहाँ पे एक ऑप्शन दिया गया है. What is that? If anybody, two people are having communication, that channel can be locked out. So that is when you are busy with that particular channel, you can lock that particular channel, so that the others may not access into that particular channel. So this is what additional features have been given for digital radios. Then of course the seventh point is channel scanning. चैनल स्कैनिंग, जैसा कि आपको आप जब ट्रैवल करते हैं आपका मोबाइल फोन में, तो ऑलवेज दिस फीचर इज एनहांस्ड दैट व्हाट आर द एग्जिस्टिंग चैनल्स अवेलेबल इन द पर्टिकुलर एरिया. सो जनरली हम लोगों को मान लो यहाँ पे 16 चैनल का जो प्रोविजन है, so the system receiver is always having the channel scans which is available within that vicinity. Of course, this is optional. जब आपको ये प्रोविजन देते हैं तो आपको चैनल स्कैनिंग मोड में जाके आप जब प्रोग्राम, so you can easily connect it to that particular. So that feature is called as channel scanning. इसमें एनालॉग रेडियोस में भी मोटरोला स्पेशली उसमें ये फैसिलिटी है. GP 338 GM 950 प्लस वगैरह मॉडल्स जो मोटरोला का है उसमें ऑलरेडी ये प्रोविजन दिया गया है, बट डिजिटल में भी ये आपको मैंडेटरी किया है. Then the eighth one is channel number announcement. This is a new option which is given by the digital radio. That means हिंदी या इंग्लिश में आपको चैनल नंबर जिस नंबर पे आप एक्सेस करते हैं उसका अनाउंसमेंट करने का भी एक ऑप्शन दिया गया है. एंड मोर इम्पोर्टेंटली यहाँ पे it can be a private call, it can be a group call, all call in the digital modes. मतलब यहाँ पे जब calls माने communication between a point to point or point to multi-point communication. So normally we don't have any private calls, but the thing is that every call is a private call as far as this aspect is concerned. So ड्राइवर गार्ड के साथ में बात करते हो या ड्राइवर कंट्रोलर के साथ में बात करते हैं, so anybody. So that is one aspect. There is a point-to-point calls, and then a group call means generally a specific group can be made as one call, just like you. हमारा जो conferencing होता है call में 2 लोग 3 लोग more than 2. It should be a conference call, but conference call is different from group call. Because this is only a simplex mode of communication. The selected group can have the group call facility. सबको नहीं दिया गया है. So this system is being used here, and all these calls are in digital mode only. जो यहाँ पे हमने modulation techniques are different and the RF outputs are different. Say for example, in analog systems, as I mentioned that the frequency modulation technique is being used normally for circuit transmission. That means modulation and demodulation. Okay? लेकिन यहाँ पे कुछ digital format QPS के वगैरह जो modulation techniques हैं, those will be used. So that's why the call is being processed in digital mode, not in the analog mode. And one of the best feature for this is it can operate both in analog as well as digital. क्योंकि अभी complete streamline नहीं हुआ, upgradation नहीं हुआ है. So whatever the digital radio you are having, that radio should be capable of talking with the existing analog radios as well as new digital radio systems. So it can be compatible for both analog as well as digital communications. Then of course it is having a battery status indicator. That means normally हमारा जो mobile phones में battery का जो charging levels जो है, that is जैसा आता है इसमें भी display में आपको दिया जाएगा. और battery जब low हो जाता है, then also some alerts will be given. So that is as far as battery is concerned. Then you have the built-in GPS, this digital VHF systems. So GPS is one of the feature आजकल हम लोगों के सभी mobiles में use हो रहा है. So that's why it is also provisioned in your VHF sets. And one more new, as we have that CTCSS के अलावा यहाँ पे there is one more encryption technology or technique or a standard is being given. So that is called as AES 256. AES is Advanced Encryption Standard. It's an open standard for interoperability. This is what new encryption has been given. This is an open platform. And also it is provided with a Bluetooth for audio accessories connectivity. This means, as usual, you can also connect this VHF system for any other devices via Bluetooth. That is what Additionally, they have been providing this. And the PTT, that means press to talk or push to talk. This is an ID which is being generated. Yeah, please.
AES का क्या मतलब सर? AES
AES, Advanced Encryption Standard.
इसका मतलब क्या होता है?
मतलब ये है आपका जो डाटा को सिक्योरिटी डाटा को एनक्रिप्ट करेगा. There is a ones and zeros format में जब आपका डाटा जाएगा, that should not be received by some other fellow easily by intruding into your system or the RF signals. So it is being masked. Normally what we can say, it is being masked. So that is one. क्योंकि यहाँ पे बहुत सारे एनक्रिप्शन टेक्निक्स है दुनिया में आजकल, जो नेटवर्क सिक्योरिटीज, डाटा सिक्योरिटीज, मोबाइल सिक्योरिटीज, बहुत सारा सिक्योरिटी है. इसमें एक फॉर्मेट है. So that's why it is called as some encryption standard which is having a 256-bit encryption platform. So it is masking your data or speech so that no unauthorized person can access into your system. I think, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. क्योंकि इसकी अगर डिटेल में अगर जाना है तो बहुत सारे है, क्योंकि इसे बहुत सारे एडवांस्ड फॉर्मेट में है. सो दैट जस्ट यू गूगल इट, यू विल गेट इट द कंप्लीट डिटेल्स. Okay. Then finally we have this SMS texting and predefined messages can also be generated. मतलब जैसा कि नॉर्मल मोबाइल की तरह हम कुछ मैसेजेस SMS की तरह भेज सकते हैं, या ऑलरेडी कुछ प्रीडिफाइंड मैसेजेस अगर है तो उस मैसेजेस को भी विथ वन सिंगल स्ट्रोक वी कैन send to desired persons. So these are some of the features we have. As far as some features we have discussed here, as far as the RDSO spec is concerned. Then what are the very important thing? हमारा जो maintenance की ऊपर जो जरूरत है, वो चीज क्या है कि what are the battery options for our this walkie-talkie sets? तो जनरली हम लोग यहाँ पे निकल मेटल हाइड्राइड बैटरीज, मोस्ट ऑफ द VHF sets will be used, walkie-talkie sets खास करके. Their battery are having the ampere capacity of 2300 milliampere hours capacities to be used for the VHF sets, and some areas where it may be whether NIMH or lithium ion also may be used in specific areas, but not always. So that is what is the ampere rating, that means the current rating for the charging of that particular battery sets. और यहाँ पे एक ऑप्शन ये दिया गया है, कम से कम जब फुल्ली चार्ज कंडीशन ऑफ दिस वॉकी-टॉकी सेट should work for at least 10 घंटे तक बातचीत होना चाहिए. लेकिन ये प्रैक्टिकली संभव है कि नहीं है अभी तो देखना पड़ेगा. What is the usage depending upon the complete usage के ऊपर भी निर्भर करता है, लेकिन उन्होंने बैटरी लाइफ को 10 घंटे का कंटिन्यूस यूसेज में भी दे रखा है. Then about this 25 watt radio sets, the purchaser has to give the details of the battery as per their requirement. क्योंकि हमें खुद देना पड़ता है. ये तो पोर्टेबल सेट तो मैन्युफैक्चरर बना के दे देगा, लेकिन जब 25 वाट्स रेडियो सेट हम यूजर की तरफ से आपको किस तरीके से बैटरी चाहिए वो हमें मेंशन करना होता है, ताकि से फॉर एग्जांपल हम लोग 12 वोल्ट्स कार बैटरी सेट है, उसका जो रेटिंग वगैरह वेदर इट इज VRLA और लिक्विड टाइप ऑफ, सो we have to mention, that means the user has to mention the type of battery set we are required. Then vendor will be supplied. So it was not mentioned as what type of battery should be used for the 25 watts VHF sets. But normally we are using the 12 volts battery. So it is which is having more than 100 Ah capacities, because at least 78 hours it has to withstand without power. That is what is the specialization for VHF sets in the base radio. Okay, so this is what generally as far as the battery, और of course यहाँ पे चार्जिंग डिस्चार्जिंग के बारे में एनालॉग सिस्टम में इसमें स्पेशली चार्जिंग प्रोसेस अलग से दिया गया है, बट हियर आल्सो सम चार्जिंग प्रोसेस भी आपको दिया है. सो द बैटरी चार्जर्स आर स्पेसिफाइड फॉर द चार्जिंग ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर बैटरीज. तो उसमें it should give the DC voltage as required for the charging of the battery sets from their input voltages. So, which is taking from 230 volts, 50 hertz से आपको charge करेंगे. This is all general practice, and the charging time should be 2 to 4 hours के अंदर हो जाना चाहिए for charging of the batteries. And up to maximum, जैसा कि इनिशियल में हम लोग जो कहा गया है 2300 mAh, but here it may be maximum up to 3000 mAh कैपेसिटी को भी अगर यूज करेंगे तो भी आप इसको चार्ज 2-4 घंटे में चार्ज हो जाना चाहिए. If it is fully discharged also, then the charger should have the visual indication to indicate the power on and off. Of course, ये सभी में रहता है. Battery charging under process and fully charged condition. So यहाँ पे एक हमारा जो एक पर्सनल एडवाइस क्या है, कोई भी बैटरीज, whether it is a VHF batteries or your mobile phones, हमारा यूसेज अलग अलग तरीके से रहता है. वो क्या है, जैसा कि जो बैटरी का जो डिस्प्ले है, फुल्ली चार्ज्ड बैटरी या हाफ, जैसे जैसे यूसेज के ऊपर धीरे धीरे जो खत्म हो जाता है. तो एज ए टेक्निकल एडवाइस, व्हाट द टेक्निकल एक्सपर्ट्स सेज दैट the battery has to be charged when it is fully discharged condition. That is one of the so that you can increase the life of the battery. लेकिन हम लोग अक्सर ये करते हैं, एक दो डंडा अगर नीचे आ जाता है तो भी हम लोग चार्ज पे लगा देते हैं. दैट इज नॉट द करेक्ट मेथड, बिकॉज यहाँ पे क्या होता है, वन mechanism is going to take place, that is residual memory of a battery for this rechargeable batteries will happen, so that if you are not charging the battery under fully discharged condition, the space of charging and discharging is done very fastly. These cycles will continue for rapidly, and the life of your battery of your mobile phone or walkie-talkie phones is being reduced, because always the battery life is depending upon the number of cycles of charging and discharging process. So आप अगर मान लो आधा डिस्चार्ज हो गया है,
डिस्चार्ज क्या रहेगा?
हाँ जी,
डेप्थ और डिस्चार्ज बैटरी क्या रहेगा?
that depends upon the voltage conditions. मतलब
जनरेशन डेप्थ और डिस्चार्ज क्या रहेगा?
नहीं, मान लो एज एन एग्जाम्पल, आपका जो एक सेकेंडरी वोल्टेज बैटरी अगर 2.2 volts is the ideal voltage, मान लो एज एन एग्जाम्पल. हम अभी इसके बारे में नहीं कह रहे हैं. So what will be the discharging voltage for that? जो सेकेंडरी सेल VRL जो भी है, आप 2.2 या मैक्सिमम 2.4 तक, वैसे नॉर्मली 2.2 से ज्यादा नहीं जाता है, तो उसका डिस्चार्ज वोल्टेज कितना है?
1.8.
1.8
1.85
1.8 discharge. ठीक है ना? So similarly, we have certain threshold levels. So 1.8 is the lowest level. मान लो 2.2 से नीचे आ गया है, 2 वोल्ट्स में भी अगर आप उसको चार्जिंग करना शुरू कर दिया, ऑफ कोर्स द चार्जिंग कंडीशंस फॉर नॉर्मल सेकेंडरी वोल्टेजेस एंड आवर मोबाइल सर्विसेज आर डिफरेंट. तो हमारा जो मोबाइल फोन जो है, 2 indicators has been less, that means 50% has been discharged. अगर उस 50 मान लो आपका बैटरी 2.2 से 2 वोल्ट्स पे आ गया है या 1.9 पे आ गया है, तो फिर आपने वहां से चार्ज करना शुरू कर दिया है. सो द रेसिडुअल मेमोरी
आवाज आ रहा है, बंद कर दो.
1.92 तो इट इज नॉट कमिंग टू द डिस्चार्ज कंडीशन, क्योंकि जो भी बैटरी होगा जब मैन्युफैक्चरर देता है 1.8 तक ये काम करता रहेगा. If it is going below 1.8, then it will not give the output for the sufficient voltage levels. So यहाँ पे ये कहना ये है, always we will wait up to their fully discharged condition. That depends upon the various voltages. And then if अगर हम charge करेंगे, and the charge is also fully charged. ऐसा नहीं है 2-3 लेवल्स बढ़ गया तो हम निकाल दिया है. This practice has to be avoided. That means fully charge discharge indication आने तक वेट करें, और fully charge condition आने तक वेट करने से आपका जो बैटरी लाइफ है वो बढ़ जाती है. बट प्रैक्टिकली वी डोंट डू दैट. हम लोग नॉर्मली क्या है, चार्जर लगा के भी बात करते रहते हैं. दिस इज नॉट ए गुड प्रैक्टिस. We should avoid that. So that is what here we would like to talk about that. क्योंकि यहाँ पे डिजिटल सिस्टम में as of today you are having the indications of the fully charged conditions as well as fully discharged conditions. तो उसके ऊपर जो डिपेंड करता है हमें कब चार्ज करना चाहिए, कब चार्ज नहीं करना चाहिए, so that the battery life is going to be increased. I hope you understand this point.
Sir, understood, but what is the reason behind it? Why it is full discharge and then charged? Then as per the क्या केमिकल रिएक्शन में कुछ गड़बड़ होता है, क्या उसमें रीजन क्या?
गड़बड़ नहीं, उसी को बोलते हैं रेसिडुअल मेमोरी. बैटरी रिचार्जेबल बैटरी के अंदर एक कैरेक्टरिस्टिक है which is called as रेसिडुअल मेमोरी. रेसिडुअल मेमोरी का मतलब क्या हुआ, हमने सिर्फ एक एग्जाम्पल किया है. जिसका बैटरी 1.8 से 2.2 का बीच में जो चार्ज डिस्चार्जिंग लेवल्स होता है, मान लो आप 1.9 में ही आप चार्जिंग करना शुरू किया है, दैट लेवल नेवर गोस डाउन. तो आपका बैटरी जो है इट विल केप्ट इन द मेमोरी दैट 1.9 और 2.2 का बीच में रह जाएगा. इट विल नेवर गोस टू again it will take that much level of charging and discharging process. उसकी वजह से आपको ऐसा लगता है जल्दी डिस्चार्ज हो गया है. It indicates that मेरा जो मोबाइल फोन है जल्दी डिस्चार्ज हो गया है. So that is being caused by this. So technically which is called as residual memory. You please Google it for the और इसका जो डिटेल्स के लिए. So that is a residual memory effect of the chargeable batteries. उसकी वजह से जल्दी डिस्चार्ज होने की संभावना है. तो इसीलिए हमें जो लॉन्ग लाइफ या मतलब लॉन्ग ड्यूरेशन के लिए, जैसा कि यहाँ पे एक एग्जांपल बताया है 10 घंटे तक इस बैटरी हमें यूजफुल रहना चाहिए, तो आपको 5 घंटे में खत्म हो जाएगा.
गाड़ी संख्या
जो बैटरी आपको 10 घंटे तक
चेन्नई राजधानी एक्सप्रेस.
So it will
गाड़ी
discharge
संख्या
within 5 hours.
12,433
So that is the
चेन्नई
disadvantage
राजधानी
of
एक्सप्रेस.
properly charging and discharging in due course. मतलब जब फुल्ली डिस्चार्ज होने के बाद अगर चार्ज करेंगे, द ड्यूरेशन ऑफ द चार्जिंग कंडीशन ऑफ योर बैटरी विल रिमेन्स फॉर लॉन्ग ड्यूरेशन, अदरवाइज द ड्यूरेशन ऑफ द डिस्चार्ज पीरियड इज गोइंग टू बी लेस। ये आपका टेक्निकल एडवाइस है।
0228
तो हम 5 मिनट्स ब्रेक लेंगे इस समय, है ना? तो आई विल कंटिन्यू नेक्स्ट सेशन बाय हैविंग द ब्रेक।
0228
ओके, संजय इज देयर? तो आप लोग 5 मिनट्स ब्रेक लीजिएगा, पानी वानी पी लीजिएगा, फिर हम शुरू करेंगे। मेरा इसमें टाइम हो रहा है 12:22 मेरा, तो आई कैन विल ज्वाइन अगेन एट 12:25। ओके,
संख्या 12433 12433 12433 0228 024 3 गाड़ी संख्या 02433 चेन्नई राजधानी एक्सप्रेस
Special. Special.
एक्सप्रेस चेन्नई राजधानी
Special.
गाड़ी संख्या 02433 चेन्नई राजधानी
Special.
राजधानी
Special.
हो गया सर, लेटर।
हाँ ठीक है, सब लोग आ जाए, आ गया ना? क्या आप लोगों को आवरली
12,434
अटेंडेंस वगैरह लेता है क्या? क्या एक ही बार लेते हैं फर्स्ट या लास्ट में?
02433
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, क्योंकि दिस इज न्यू एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ ऑनलाइन क्लासेस। तो जो कोर्स डायरेक्टर साहब जो भी फॉलो करेंगे उस हिसाब से
4
तो जो भी बैच परफेक्ट को बनाया किसी ने,
गाड़ी संख्या
इसमें बैच परफेक्ट है आपका? ये
02434
सब हवा में
चेन्नई
है सर।
राजधानी एक्सप्रेस
हवा में?
गाड़ी संख्या 02434 चेन्नई राजधानी एक्सप्रेस
नहीं, कहीं तो हो हवा में, तो कम से कम हो गया
Not to
नहीं
know.
बस
Not to know all.
है
सही पता नहीं है सर अभी कौन मैसेज कही हवा में है।
ठीक है
ग्रुप
मैं
वाला ही है।
गाड़ी संख्या
हाँ,
0
ठीक है,
2
कोई बात
4
नहीं है,
3 4 चेन्नई राजधानी
सीरीज आपसे, ठीक है ना?
गाड़ी संख्या
ओके।
0 2 4 3
तो
4
अभी
चेन्नई
तक जो हम
राजधानी
लोग थोड़ा बेसिक स्पेक्स ऑफ डिजिटल VHF कम्युनिकेशन और कुछ पैरामीटर्स और कुछ जरूरतें हैं, वो सारी चीज हम लोग देखा है। तो फाइनली बिफोर कंक्लूडिंग दिस VHF सेशन, हम इसमें क्या लिमिटेशंस हैं, तो ये एक बार देखना चाह रहे हैं। सो व्हाट आर द एक्चुअल लिमिटेशंस ऑफ दिस VHF। सबसे पहले लिमिटेशन क्या है कि जो कवरेज एरिया जो है दैट इज
गाड़ी संख्या 0 2 4 3 3 चेन्नई राजधानी
Special.
वहां पे जो डिस्कस किया था कि 1 to 2 kilometers with walkie-talkie sets, so that may not be possible in some cases.
Special.
So our requirement is continuous.
Special.
The coverage should be, that means
Special.
आपका जो communication availability
Special.
continuous होना चाहिए।
Special.
ये एक सबसे बड़ी लिमिटेशन है हमारे लिए।
संख्या
तो उसके
0
लिए
2
हम कुछ नहीं
4
कर सकते
3
because the system
3
designed that.
चेन्नई राजधानी
Special.
और द सेकंड पॉइंट इसमें ब्लैंक जोन्स, मतलब कुछ एरियाज में बिल्कुल सिग्नल नहीं मिलता है। तो दैट इज द सेकंड केस। ये डिपेंड करता है आपका जो टेरेन कंडीशंस या हाई-राइज बिल्डिंग्स या अदर स्ट्रक्चर्स जो आपका जो ऑब्स्ट्रक्ट करता रहता है और ओवरलैपिंग होता रहता है। सो वी डोंट गेट एनी
Special.
सिग्नल इन दैट पर्टिकुलर लोकेशन। जैसे कार्स में
गाड़ी
आपको
संख्या 0
लाइन ऑफ
2
साइट
4
कंडीशंस की जगह
3
पे वहां पे
4
कर्व में
चेन्नई
आपको
राजधानी
पहाड़ की
Special.
ऊपर जा रहे हैं, वहां पे आपको बिल्कुल सिग्नल नहीं मिलेगा। So that is called as one blank zones. So which is not possible to provide a communication unless some repeaters has to be used वहां। दूसरा, ये बार बार आपका जो सिंप्लेक्स हाफ डुप्लेक्स जो कॉम्बिनेशंस जो भी है, मतलब बार बार आपको PTT स्विच प्रेस करके बात करते समय और जब आपको रिसीव सुनना है तो उसको स्विच को ऑफ करना, तो ए कंटिन्यूअस स्पेशल ऑपरेशन हैज टू बी डन। और तीसरा, ये मेंटेनेंस बैटरीज का जो मेंटेनेंस है वो भी कुछ हेडेक है, खास करके मेंटेनेंस वाला। सो ultimately we cannot use it as a complete mobile communication as we are using it through our cell phones as I'm today. तो उस तरीके से ये संभव नहीं है। इसीलिए जो भी VHF systems हैं, for the time being it is
गाड़ी
being used
संख्या
as only
0 2
emergency
4
communication,
3
not as a
3 चेन्नई
full-fledged
राज
mobile communication. तो ये कहने के लिए कुछ डिसएडवांटेजेस हैं। एंड देन
गाड़ी
हमेशा
संख्या
हमें
0 2
AC पावर
4
सप्लाई भी मिलता नहीं है कई जगहों पे बैटरी वगैरह चार्ज करने के लिए। एंड ये जो चार्जिंग डिस्चार्जिंग प्रोसेस इज आल्सो कंटिन्यूअस फॉर 4 to 6 आवर्स। सो उतना समय हमें वहां पे बिताना पड़ेगा इन द फील्ड ऑफ चार्जिंग एंड डिस्चार्जिंग दिस। एंड देन और वैसे गाइडलाइंस ये दिया है हमेशा आप बैटरी स्पेयर बैटरी रख लीजिए अगर ये as an emergency is there, so keeping the extra batteries always with you, there is also
Special.
some problem with the maintenance personnel or interference due to other user having the adjacent frequencies। खास करके जहाँ पे ये जो
Special.
CTCSS की प्रोविजन
Special.
अगर नहीं है तो नॉर्मल ऑमनीबस ऑपरेशंस में आप लोगों को जो एडजॉइनिंग चैनल्स में आपको हमेशा इंटरफेरेंस होने की चांसेस हैं, सो दैट इनकन्वीनियंस ऑफ द कम्युनिकेशन एंड इट इज नॉट secured communication। And of course affecting of noise in the surroundings, जो भी surroundings में noise होगा वो सारी noise भी pick up हो जाएगा, so that the clarity of your
Special.
voice quality is going to be reducing.
Train
So,
number 1,
these are
2,
certain limitations for our. And finally, जैसे कि आप लोग अच्छी तरह जानते हैं कि मेंटेनेंस में हमें VHF सिस्टम में क्या क्या करना चाहिए. जनरली फील्ड में जो भी करते हैं, बट एक्चुअली करना चाहिए वो ये है, हमें फ्रीक्वेंसी और पावर
0.
मेजरमेंट्स करना चाहिए एटलीस्ट वंस इन ए मंथ, दिस एज पर द गाइडलाइंस गिवन. सो इसके लिए आपके पास पावर
1.
मीटर की जरूरत है, और फ्रीक्वेंसी मेजरमेंट्स के लिए आपका जो प्रोग्रामिंग किट है उसमें भी आप रीड कर सकते हैं कौन सा जो
Train
फ्रीक्वेंसी हम
number
ट्रांस कर रहे हैं ऑन द पर्टिकुलर
02433,
band.
Chennai Rajdhani
Also, certain emission also has to be measured, and that means how much is the current
Train
drain
number
from your
02433,
transmitter and
Chennai
receivers,
Rajdhani
and what is the frequency. These are laboratory tests. Generally, some microwave laboratories earlier हुआ करता था. अभी जो डिविजनलाइज्ड
3
लैब्स में ये सारे टेस्ट करना पड़ता है, बट नॉर्मली वी डोंट डू इट प्रैक्टिकली. So whatever the maintenances we are going to do, checking the main is RF power and the frequency, so that our system is going to be working or not, वो हमें पता चल जाता है. तो RF power meter is necessary. आजकल जो मार्केट में भी मिल जाता है, so that you can keep
0.
check that at least power and frequency. तो दोनों चीज हम लोग कर सकते. ठीक है.
1.
So with that, I will conclude that VHF systems.
Express.
Basically, it is only to understand the fundamental concepts, how we are going to use this,
3,
because
4.
existing time being we are using them. Okay, so then
3,
we
4.
will come to this mobile communication actual scenario,
Train number
which is
02434,
basically
Chennai.
starting, we are calling it as a cellular mobile radio communication. So cellular
Chennai
mobile radio, just
Rajdhani
what we are
station.
using right now. जैसा कि इसकी जो शुरुआत 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, whatever the generations together, the lot of changes has been taken place. इसकी शुरुआत की बात हो रही है हमारा. तो इसकी cellular mobile is a radio planning. Actually, is nothing but radio planning or RF coverage. हमें सर्विस प्रोवाइडर को कहाँ कहाँ पे देना है, तो वो चीज कैसा डिजाइनिंग करते हैं. जस्ट with a few slides we are going to understand what is a cell, what is a cellular mobile radio communication. तो यहाँ पे एक डेफिनेशन के रूप में दिया गया है सेलुलर रेडियो क्या होता है और वो नॉर्मल रेडियो से अलग क्यों है. तो इसमें ये दिया गया है as defined by FCC, that is Federal Communication Commission, which is an international organization. They are responsible for this designing of cellular radio communication system. So here, which is nothing but a high capacity land mobile system in which assigned spectrum is divided into discrete channels, which are assigned in groups with geographic cells covering a cellular geographical service area. And these discrete channels are capable of being reused in different cells. तो ये तो आपका definition हो गया. इसमें खास कुछ नहीं है. एक जो service provider has to be given the services to the mobile users in all the desired areas. मतलब हम लोग जहाँ पे रहेंगे वहाँ पे उसको सर्विस देना है. अब इस geographical area को they have to make into certain areas. So that area is nothing but a cell. मतलब जहाँ पे आपको मोबाइल फोन का जो सर्विसेज देना है उसको कहते हैं सेल. इस सेल को ये लोग उस सेल के अंदर रेडियो कवरेज कैसा दिया जाता है, दिस इज ऑल कम्स अंडर सेलुलर ज्योमेट्री। तो यहाँ पे आप लोग जानते हैं a cell is a design which is normally which is called as hexagonal shape. What is the shape of a cell? It is a theoretical shape, not the practical shape. Theoretical shape इसलिए है if you are making a shape of a space or space in the sense geographical area को आप एक शेप देते हैं, it is not exactly a rectangle or a triangle or it is a square or a circle, नहीं बनाया जा सकता है because the terrain conditions are different. The radio signal availability is going to be different. So at the time of designing this cellular geometry, they have given one shape which is ideal for maximum coverage without overlapping and dead zones. So जो main intention है, radio signal to be available at the desired locations without overlapping and without blank zones. So that is the criteria for designing this cellular geometry. And उसमें से सबसे जो best design ये किया गया है, the one of the best design is hexagonal shape is the ideal for the maximum coverage of the signal strength for all over the areas. So यहाँ पे इस आप देख रहे हैं, you have a hexagonal cells of a group of cells which are called as a cluster. This is one model, theoretical model. Practically कुछ अलग से होता है. तो यहाँ पे the area is distributed into sub areas and that sub area is called as one cell. उस cell में क्योंकि the people are not aware of these cells and all this is only for RF design. इस RF डिजाइनिंग का मेन उद्देश्य क्या है? One is what is the frequency spectrum availability with this operator? उस frequency spectrum is sufficient to provide the traffic uses of the entire locations is possible or not? So उस हिसाब से क्योंकि practically what is the main problem is that the availability of the frequency spectrum to the operators are very, very less because it is the only the highest cost. And आप लोग जानते हैं government को the highest income which is coming from the spectrum auctions. So why they have gone for this type of designing is that the same available frequencies has to be reused at different locations. मतलब एक फ्रीक्वेंसी को एक जगह अगर हम यूज करते हैं, उसी फ्रीक्वेंसी को दूसरी जगह पे which is far away from this particular location, they can be used so that multiple people can use the same frequency at multiple locations. This is what is called as frequency reuse concept. It's just like हमारा जो FM radio. So all the metro cities and other OPA cities, that means A grade cities, are using the FEM radios, but the frequencies are same, but their broadcasting is different. Bombay का अलग, Chennai का अलग, Howrah का अलग. Frequency same है, but they are broadcasting their areas with different languages and their different programs. So similarly, यहाँ पे भी हमारा जो अगर इसको proper designing नहीं करेंगे, then there is a lot of problem for providing the traffic for a operator. So operator के aspect से ये जो cells का जो designing बनाना बहुत जरूरी है, उसी हिसाब से the frequency available with that particular operator can be reused so that you can have the multiple traffic carrying capabilities for the, क्योंकि आजकल आप लोग जानते हैं एक एक ऑपरेटर के पास करोड़ों सब्सक्राइबर्स हैं, तो दैट इतना ट्रैफिक को अगर हैंडल करना है, तो इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर द ऑपरेटर to manipulate the traffic with limited resources. So that is what exactly the designing of a cellular geometry. इसमें बहुत सारे चीजें और भी है, like actual cell size कितना होना चाहिए, how many cells क्या होना चाहिए, this is one specific term. So generally cells are practically वहाँ पे जो practical field में the radius is different. So main classification यहाँ पे आपको picocells, microcells and macrocells. This is the actual classification. Picocells means 500 meters or कम radius अगर use होता है, that cell is called as picocells. Or 500 meters above and up to 7 kilometers radius. This is what the practically we are using. This is a microcell. And whereas a macrocell is more than 7 kilometers and up to 30 kilometers range तक जो cover. इस तरह का cell का जो designing अलग से हो जाती है, cell की जो combinations, maybe one cell which is having 0.5 kilometers radius, बगल में 7 kilometers. So geographically अलग-अलग cells की जो descriptions है, अलग-अलग railway operator जो cellular operator जो है, वो उस हिसाब से वहाँ पे designing करके. तो आपको एक theoretical example यहाँ पे जो 7 cell का जो cluster इसीलिए दिखाया है. This is a theoretical model. उसमें आप all the cells are uniform radius and all are connected adjacently, and each cell is being used by separate frequency. That means if there are 7 cells are made as one group, so each cell will have one particular frequency has to be used. That means if F1 cell 1 is being used with F1, so cell 2 will be used F2, like that. 7 frequencies are required so that the channel interference can be avoided at this particular structure. That is what is the designing concept. तो इसके लिए एक general concept क्या है? The hexagonals, the center to center distance between the adjacent cells is approximately equal to 1.732 times the distance between the center and the vertex of a cell. So this is what is to be maintained. मतलब हमें और cell का जो central point से लेके vertex का जो distance है, कितना maintain करना पड़ेगा. This is one graphical. ये है, वो इसीलिए मेंटेन करना पड़ता है. सो द डिस्टेंस बिटवीन रिड्यूस्ड, कि अगर ये मेंटेन नहीं करेंगे तो आपको इंटरफेरेंस ज्यादा होगा. तो उसको अवॉइड करने के लिए जो मिनिमम डिस्टेंस क्राइटेरिया है, सो दैट इज बीइंग फॉर्मुलेटेड हियर एज वन टिपिकल एग्जांपल. ये कंपलसरी नहीं है, ये हमेशा इसी को फॉलो करना है. Because the sizes may be different and the distances may be different, और जो frequencies अलग-अलग use करते हैं, that is also different. तो इसीलिए this is one specific modeling. Modeling इसको कहते हैं जब आप 7 cells का जो cluster अगर use करते हैं, उस समय what will be the distance you have to be maintained, and that distance का जो कितना जो रेडियस के हिसाब से कितना दूरी होना चाहिए. दिस इज वन फॉर्मूला. सो डोंट वरी अबाउट दिस फॉर्मूलास एंड ऑल दिस थिंग्स. प्रैक्टिकली हमारा मेन इंटरेस्ट क्या है? हमारा इंटरेस्ट इज दैट दिस इज योर को चैनल, व्हाट वी कैन से को चैनल इंटरफेरेंस इज द मेन क्राइटेरिया. सो हम जब भी सेल बनाएंगे, दैट ऑफ कोर्स उस समय नाइबरिंग सेल के साथ में कोई को चैनल इंटरफेरेंस नहीं होना चाहिए. तो दिस इज मेन फैक्टर व्हेन दे आर मेकिंग सम डिजाइन. ओके, सो So so that is basically we can know about that. So co-channel interference reduce करने के लिए और भी तरीके हैं. तरीके in the sense एक तो डायमेंशंस और डिस्टेंस को प्रॉपरली मेंटेन करना चाहिए और साथ में यहाँ पे जो फ्रीक्वेंसी एंड एंटीना सिस्टम्स आप लोग जो यूज करते हैं उसके अंदर भी सम formula we have to be used, that is normally we are calling it as sectorized antennas use करके we can reduce this ratio of this co-channel interference so that the maximum availability of the signal strengths will be available. So that is what is basically a designing of a cellular.
जो है 1 घंटे का
इसमें बहुत सारे हैं but I am reducing it with minimum inputs. इसके बारे में अगर आपको कोई डाउट्स हैं तो प्लीज आस्क अबाउट द सेल्युलर ज्योमेट्री. अगर किसी का कोई डाउट है प्लीज आस्क एट दिस स्टेज. डाउट्स? So may I proceed for next chapter? क्योंकि वहां पे और क्लियरली आपको यहाँ पे डिस्कस करेंगे नेक्स्ट चैप्टर में. आई थिंक यू कैन रेज योर डाउट्स. हाँ गौतम जी बोलिए, कुछ बोल रहे हैं, यू कैन टॉक. So I'll proceed for next session, that is for GSM. Right. This is the very important aspect हम लोगों के लिए, जो आजकल जो मोबाइल कम्युनिकेशन जो इस्तेमाल हो रहा है, ये सारी चीज इसी में से हम लोग समझ सकते हैं. तो सबसे पहले ये जो सेल्युलर रेडियो कम्युनिकेशन सिस्टम, that is called as mobile communication system, which is basically, as we have understood with the generations. This was started early 70s में जब शुरू हुआ, अभी 2020 में हम लोग आ गए हैं. So what is the development of this mobile communication? We have started communication with the 1G, that is first generation mobile communication networks. The first generation is nothing but purely analog communication, analog mobile radio communication. First G is analog mobile communication. इसके बाद में at about 1980s में इस second generation का शुरुआत हुआ है. Now the basic difference between the first generation and the second generation networks are the second generation networks are completely digital systems. So the era of first generation systems are totally complete and it is overcome by second generation systems. ये जो second generation systems में आपको parallelly दो technologies को adopt किया गया है for this mobile communication. उसमें the first one is GSM technology, this global communication for mobile radio or global system for mobile communication. So that is what is exactly the full form for the GSM. This is a universal technology, that means globally, because इससे पहले जो 1G systems में क्या है, usually हर एक country अपना European have their own systems, Japanese are having their own systems, US is having its own systems. So like that, there is no common platform for the mobile communication. Once the globalization has been started, so this complete communication system of this mobile phones era has been started in 1980s में शुरू हुआ था. So that was the popular technology, which is second generation में you have this GSM, and parallelly there is one more technology which is called as CDMA technology. So that CDMA and GSM both are evolved. Of course, CDMA और पुराना है.
Sahadev
It
Special.
was operations only for military applications in the beginning, but commercially 2G में इसको incorporate किया गया है. So we have this two. So what is the basic understanding of digital technology is that as we have,
शून्य
so
दो
the
चार
advantage is
तीन
that
तीन
the voice and the data. So two things हम लोग शुरू किया था. जो एनालॉग में क्या है, only voice communication है. There was no data communication in the analog system. So digital
गाड़ी
systems
संख्या
आने के बाद
शून्य दो
आपको
दो तीन तीन
that
सहदेव
speech is
स्पेशल
the primary importance as far as the communication is concerned. उसके बाद फिर आपको data because हम
सहदेव
लोग शुरू
स्पेशल
किया data से that is
गाड़ी
starting with
संख्या
the
शून्य
SMS,
दो
that
दो
is text
तीन
messaging.
तीन सहदेव स्पेशल
धीरे धीरे जब 2G 3G 4G अभी 5G में होने जा रहा है, तो अभी the data is dominated the speech systems. So बहुत सारे changes हुआ है. So 2G में जो data rates है that is very less. Laterally the 3G is more data and 4G is highest data, like 5G is more data, like that. The evolution of this mobile communication as far as the generation is concerned, we are habituated, and the requirement of bandwidth is more and more for data communication systems.
गाड़ी
तो
संख्या
इसीलिए
शून्य
बहुत
दो
सारे
दो
जो
तीन तीन
चेंजेस
सहदेव
हुआ है.
स्पेशल
लेकिन अभी इस वक्त दुनिया में, या हम अब इंडिया की बात करेंगे, हम लोग अभी still we are using the 2G, that is GSM networks, 2G CDMA networks, 3G GSM as well as CDMA, and 4G. All the networks are existing. Even though there is a lot of modification has been taken place, still we have all the different, but the users are
चार
not completely transformed into 4G networks, क्योंकि सभी लोग ट्रांसफॉर्म नहीं हुआ है. So there is a compatibility and a different network, क्योंकि lot of differences are there from 2G to 3G and 3G to 4G networks में बहुत सारे differences है. Technically a lot of changes has been taken place. लेकिन यहाँ पे हम लोग कोशिश करेंगे सबसे पहले what is this GSM, because हम लोग GSM को इसलिए ज़्यादा, क्योंकि this is the basic platform for mobile communication. But also at the same time, of course, we are adopting the same technology for our railways as GSMR. लेकिन अभी वहाँ पे भी कुछ changes होने वाले हैं. That is LTE, which is called as long-term evolution. That is what we are using this 4G networks. Now the railways voice replace होने जा रहा है. So all these things, lot of modification. Again, let us understand that what is the core network and
ट्रेन
the core
नंबर
technology,
0228
which is the pioneer of the beginning of this basic cellular communication systems, so that we can understand better how the system is being working behind us as a network, so that a seamless communication we are enjoying
ट्रेन नंबर
for our
0228
daily
सहदेव
communications
स्पेशल
requirements. That is what is the basic introduction about this
28
2G systems, that is the GSM system. So in this slide, just I am showing
3
you one architecture, and that is the GSM system architecture, which is shown as a block diagram. Simply some devices which are interconnected with each other and how they are going to do. First,
3
let us
3
introduce these devices, और उसके बाद फिर हम देखेंगे हर एक चीज का क्या क्या. तो सबसे पहले इस आर्किटेक्चर को हम 3 हिस्से में बांटेंगे. तीन हिस्से मतलब three parts. What is that?
Train number
The first one is user part.
0223 Sahadev Special.
मतलब हमारा जो यूजर है एज ए पब्लिक, that is mobile radio, आपका cell phone which is being used. So this is the user part. This is the first part. The second part is BSS. Is called as some internal architecture of the network, which is consisting of some BTS and the BSC. And third part is you have the switching part. So literally, this entire architecture is being subdivided into three parts. User part, BSS. BSS is base station subsystem. And switching part, that is NSS, that is network switching subsystem, NSS. So these are the
Train
main
number
parts of
0223
system
Sahadev Special.
architecture. So just I'll go one by one. So what are the briefly? Of course, anybody is having any specific doubts, definitely they can raise and they can ask.
84
Or के बाद फिर we will see that how the connectivity.
4
So every operator of the 2G network should have their own networks of the entire service area. Now this is representing as one network. अब आपको पूरा तीनों मिला के
4
आपको यहाँ पे ये दिखा जा रहा है, this is one network.
Train number 0223
तो इस नेटवर्क में आपको
Sahadev
हर
Special.
जगह पे जहाँ पे आपको सर्विसेज देना है, आपको ये सारी नेटवर्क को डिप्लॉय करना पड़ता है. So that deployment is again area wise, zone wise, अलग अलग तरीका से आपको deployment होगा. So I will discuss those points when I am discussing this all the three devices separately. We will understand what is the requirement of this architecture. So first of all, I would like to understand this. The user part. This is the user part. So user part, it was written as MS. MS stands for mobile station. Mobile station means it's the combination of two things. One is your phone, which is called as, technically it is called as mobile equipment, ME. And second important part in that phone is SIM card, that is subscriber. What is the full form of SM? SIM, can anybody?
Subscriber identity module.
Yes. Very good, very good. So yeah, this is a small chip which is associated with our phone, that is mandatory. So ये दोनों को मिला के हम इसको technically बोलते हैं, which is called as MS, mobile station. तो क्या क्या काम ये करता है, सभी ऐसे सभी यूजर्स हैं, हम सब जानते हैं इसके बारे में, लेकिन फिर भी एक बार इसमें भी जो कोशिश करेंगे, what is the technical points
Train number
of this particular?
0223 Sahadev Special.
So as I said that mobile station is a combination of mobile equipment and the subscriber identity module. So mobile equipment is nothing but a cell phone handset, which is technically having a trans receiver. This is very important for us. Transmitter and receiver, VHF में भी trans receiver रहता है, इसमें भी रहता है, लेकिन हम लोग this GSM is having a specific radio spectrum, that is UHF radio spectrum. So that radio spectrum which is operating in a different radio bands, 900 megahertz, 1800 megahertz and 1900 अलग-अलग frequency bands में GSM. So यहाँ पे the trans receiver should operate in that particular band. मतलब जो हम लोग जो 2G phone खरीदने जाते हैं, सबसे पहले that phone is capable of operating on the particular frequency. So it should be capable of tuning all the allocated channels within that particular. क्योंकि अगर ये चैनल को अगर आप ट्यून नहीं कर सकता है तो फिर वेस्टेज है. So that is very important. So briefly SIM card का functions हम अगर देखेंगे what. So SIM card is a chip basically given by the service provider, and this card is doing some technical functions which is having the user authentication. अब हम जो यूजर जो भी यूज करते हैं हर एक का अलग अलग सिम कार्ड दिया जाता है. Through this SIM card, my authentication to the network is being given. Whether this is a authorized person or unauthorized person, this is what is the first authenticity has to be given by SIM card to the network. So that is what is user authentication. Then the authentication of validity of the MS and accessing the networks. Of course, user authentication साथ में जब आप network access करते हैं, what is your validity? Also very important. So that this is also given by the SIM card. And of course, the other functions which are storage of subscriber related information, which can be a data during administrative phase or temporary. सबसे पहले आपका जो मोबाइल फोन नंबर वगैरह बहुत सारे इंफॉर्मेशन है, ये सारी चीज इसके अंदर स्टोरेज रहता है. इसमें भी डाटा स्टोरेज में भी कुछ परमानेंट स्टोरेज, कुछ टेम्पररी स्टोरेज भी है. फोन नंबर्स वगैरह स्टोर करना या डिलीट करना, so many things. So basically this SIM is a small chip which is having a CPU, small CPU, which is having a RAM, which is also having a ROM, ROM, and electrically erasable read-only memory, EEPROM. So like that, 3 storage devices, that is memory locations, are available in addition to CPU for their administrative and some other functions it has to be. So these are the briefly about the SIM. So बिना SIM card का आपका जो phone जो है, it cannot access into the network. Is the main thing of SIM card. Then as far as the mobile phone is concerned, what exactly it has to be performed. So this is very important as far as technical performance is concerned. One is radio transmission and reception of that particular channel, that is common, and radio channel management, because here we have so many number of channels available for our communication. So किस channel पे हम use करना है, that is called as manage. किस जगह पे कौन सा channel available है. So all these things are managed by the MS itself, but with the instructions of the other things also. So this is part of it, is also function of a mobile. Then speech coding and decoding, because it is a digital communication systems. Now the first difference here it is that normal PCM communication में we are using a speech channel for 64 kilobits per second is the data rate. But यहाँ पे हम it is not so in this case, because the 2G or the GSM systems are not capable of transmitting and receiving the 64 kilobits data rate. So here the speech has to be reduced to another, just like the large files are zipped. So the speech has to be reduced. So that is having specific coding and decoding techniques for transmission and reception. So that is process has to be done by this mobile phone. So these are all technical parameters. Then you have this radio link error protections. That means at the time of establishing the radio connectivity to the network, you should have a protection mechanism. If there is any error has to be done, so automatically it has to connect to the correct link of the available networks. So that is called as radio link error protections. Then it also has to control the data. Internally, a lot of control mechanism, that is a signaling mechanism, is going to take place. Always it has to control the flow of data from mobile to network as well as network to mobile. So this is also has to be done by MS. And the rate adaptation of the user data to the radio. This is what exactly I have done. That coding decoding is a device. Encoder decoder is a internal devices of the mobile. But rate adaptation is also, that means उस radio link का जो perfect data rate चाहिए, so that has to be adapted by this MS. So this is called as radio adaptation of the user data to the radio links. And mobility management, this is very crucial part, क्योंकि नाम तो mobile communication, that means he is not going to stable at one particular location, so he is always moving from one location to another location. A lot of process, बहुत सारे process यहाँ पे मैनेज करना पड़ता है मोबाइल को और नेटवर्क को. तो अदरवाइज क्या होता है, आप जब एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाते हैं तो ऑटोमेटिकली कॉल कट जाना चाहिए, लेकिन आपको कॉल नहीं कटेगा. यू शुड हैव ए कंप्लीट कम्युनिकेशन ऑल द वे विथ यू. ऑफ कोर्स देयर आर सर्टेन फ्लॉस, कभी कभी कॉल कट जाता है, वो बात अलग है, उसका जो रीजंस अलग है. लेकिन यहाँ पे ये जो मैनेजमेंट है, when you are moving from one area to another area, so that the system has to be managed with the available resources. All these things are to be managed by the institution. And the performance measurements of the radio link. This is very technical point, because आप सभी जानते हैं performance management क्या होता है एक रेडियो के लिए. That means the RF power availability, both your mobile phone as well as the BTS के बीच में. एक तो distance कितना है, RF power कितना है, उस हिसाब से connectivity किस तरीके से किया जाएगा, है ना. So how to make a continuous link between your radio to radio in all different conditions. मतलब आप नजदीक में हैं, दूर पे हैं, but you should have a link establishment should be done, then only the communication possible. Otherwise, so briefly, these are the some of the functions. बोलिए.
सर रेट एडाप्टेशन ऑफ यूजर डाटा एक बार रिपीट कर दीजिए.
Rate adaptation of user data to the radio. Yes, right. हमने आपको इससे पहले बताया था कि नॉर्मल एनालॉग टू डिजिटल कम्युनिकेशन में नॉर्मली हम लोग PCM में क्या करते हैं, 4 किलोहर्ट्ज इज आवर वॉइस फ्रीक्वेंसी, और उस वॉइस फ्रीक्वेंसी इज बीइंग कन्वर्टेड इनटू 64 किलोबिट्स. वो 64 किलोबिट्स हम लोग एक स्लॉट लेके हम लोग PCM में भेजते हैं. लेकिन यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं है ना. Definitely we have to convert the analog to digital. So the first process is 4 kilohertz is definitely our voice signal, I mean voice frequency, that has to be converted into 64, no doubt is. लेकिन अब हमारा जो मोबाइल रेडियो का RF सिग्नल और जो नियरेस्ट नेटवर्क का जो BTS है, इन दोनों को बीच में what is the capability of रेडियो सिग्नल विच कैन कैरी द डाटा. मतलब हर एक रेडियो सिग्नल जो है पूरा डाटा को कैरी नहीं कर सकता है. तो मान लो आपका रेडियो लिंक का जो कैपेबिलिटी है 13 किलोबिट्स, जो सर्विस डिजाइनर ने डिजाइन किया है, लेकिन हमारा कितना है 64 किलोबिट्स का डाटा है. तो our 64 kilobits data has to be adapted into 13 kilobits data, so that 13 kilobits data can be linked through radio with the BTS. That is what is called an adaptation. That means high data rates are adapted into low data rates to make the connectivity of the available radio receive. Is it clear?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
समझ में आया ना, क्योंकि सभी आरएफ लिंक जो है पूरा डेटा को ले नहीं जा सकता, तो इसीलिए रिस्ट्रिक्शन है। मेरा जो वॉइस पहले हमने 64 में कन्वर्ट किया, लेकिन एज इट इज 64 हम अगर पीसीएम चैनल होता तो हम भेज देते हैं टाइम स्लॉट लेके, लेकिन यहाँ पे रेडियो सिग्नल है तो वहां पे कुछ रिस्ट्रिक्शंस, तो इसीलिए हमें जो 64 किलोबिट्स को फिर अडॉप्ट दूसरा लोअर डेटा में अडॉप्ट करके तब हम आगे भेजेंगे। दिस इज कॉल्ड एज रेट अडॉप्टर। सो ये सारी चीज हम मोबाइल के अंदर ही होता है, आपसे हमसे कोई मतलब नहीं। इट इज ऑल द इंटरनल प्रोसेस ऑफ द रेडियो इक्विपमेंट, दैट इज आवर मोबाइल। So I think I should conclude today session because time is up, as I'm seeing it is 13:17. So और कुछ doubts है so far, so आप लोग discuss कर सकते हैं, so that we'll continue tomorrow with the same topic in advance. So anybody is having any doubts, please. अभी तक जो भी है या आपको एडवांस में कोई डाउट्स है तो आप लोग पूछ सकते हैं।
सर
हाँ, यस,
टाइम इज आउट सर।
हाँ संजय, हो गया ना?
आप
तो शैल वी कंक्लूड टुडे?
कंक्लूड मत कीजिए सर, आप निकल जाइए, मैं मेरे को रोल चेंज करना है।
अच्छा अच्छा, ठीक है, फिर आई एम लीविंग द मीटिंग टुडे,
या
तो आई विल स्टॉप शेयरिंग ना।
हाँ, यू कैन स्टॉप शेयरिंग एंड conclude the meeting.
Okay, right. Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you to all.
Okay.
We will continue tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, कोई बात नहीं, कल निकल जाएगा।